If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you hit a certain milestone and you don't want to brag about it, keep up the good work. You got this. If you're off today, you already know how I value you. I appreciate people that are off during the week. Anybody can be off in the daytime on a Thursday, Friday, or a Monday. But when you're off work on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I have to salute that, so to speak. There it is right there, good folks. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Hello, StreamYard. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. And hello, TikTok, Instagram as well. Hope everyone is doing well, and we do appreciate the likes, the comments, and the shares, and the emails. We appreciate it all. We're getting that crucial time of the year right now where people are starting to tell the truth about their sports habits and their life habits. They're trying to figure it all out right now. This is what I like to call the witching hour. Which way is your team going? Is your team still in the playoffs? Your team still have a coach? How are you looking for the quarterback situation? It's almost time for pitchers and catchers to report. Baseball reference right there. And this is always the best time of the year, I think, to reflect and to catch a great documentary. When was the last time you seen a great documentary? When was the last one you saw? I'm going to tell you one that I saw. I'm going to tell you. I think the 90s, when it comes to music and entertainment, they really pushed the envelope for his creativity, for his getting it out there. What is the standard? The days of yesteryear, from whatever type of genre of music you in or played or into or listened to, significant change. Some people miss the 90s music. Some people want 70s music back. Some people really appreciate the 2000s. But I think music is at a very difficult turning point right now. They have lost the idea of the value of us and them. In watching these documentaries, I'm learning a very, very unique thing. These artists are struggling too to identify who they are, what they're trying to do, get their message out there to the right group. And there was a way to do that. But now it's so many different outlets of the right people getting your message in your music. But folks, I think we got a nice little show for you today here on Montez at midday. All kind of storylines are going on out there. People pointing the finger. It's their fault. It's their fault. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have did that. Why didn't we do this? Everybody knows the answers the next day. But in the heat of the moment, in the thick of the moment, nobody's listening. The communication skills are off the chart. No eye contact no more. People looking at you this way while trying to get your attention. That's not how you talk and communicate. You give people eye contact. Give them all your attention. But what we've been seeing has been a total embarrassment to professionalism in sports, character of entertainment, in the value of it all. At the end, nobody is out here for the fan. I want somebody to put fans first. I want somebody to put fans first. We're not being heard. We've been mocked up due to bots on the internet. In order to get the true message across, if we go a professional route and do it, we're still not going to get the right answer. We're going to get a political answer. But the way to go about it, the way we think we should go about it, we're still not getting the answers that we want. The one question I cannot get answered: how are we supposed to watch St. Louis baseball Cardinals this season? Who's working on that? We've got past the trash getting picked up. We've gotten past ice on the ground. We're still dealing with the tornado. We finally got mail, but now we can't watch the St. Louis Cardinals play, and not one person is saying a thing about it. We know about Arenado leaving. I don't understand the mindset of professional teams when they use the term rebuilding. Well, we're going to go in a new direction. There are only 4 directions you can typically go. So what direction are you going? When teams say that, what do you mean? Can you imagine saying that in a relationship that's not working out for you? Susan, we got to talk. I think I want to take this relationship in a new direction. Try saying that to somebody. How does it make sense in the professional world? But in the common sense world, nobody understands that type of verbiage. Well, we're rebuilding here. Why does rebuilding always hurt the fan? Rebuilding should be a beautiful thing. We're going to revitalize this neighborhood. I didn't say gentrify it. We're going to rebuild this neighborhood. We're going to make it make sense for the people. Wouldn't you get the people involved? Wouldn't you get the people involved? Well, I tell you what you need to get involved with. That Monday night football game between Houston and Pittsburgh, there's some people right now need a hug. They need eye contact. They need reassurance. What the hell just happened? What did you think was going to happen in Pittsburgh? Be real with me. Be real with yourself. You actually thought coming into the season that the Pittsburgh Steelers had an actual shot of going far in the playoffs with that roster. Be honest with yourself. Bring the defense up too. And bring up the old-ass quarterback. Show me where an old man has done well in the NFL at quarterback other than Thomas Patrick Jefferson Brady. Who? Y'all gonna stop believing these damn 40-year-old athletes to bring you the promised land. You got to get real with the situation. Oh, it's all fun and cute and dandy to see a 48, 38-year-old man playing football, but not rehabbing in the morning. Not rehabbing. You have a quarterback usually getting in the league, maybe 22 years old, and we're going to keep him with a team. He's about 30 or 32. If you don't have that then, what are we doing here, son? But no, you have a professional team that did not prepare for the backup. They knew Big Ben was getting old. What did they do? Did they draft a quarterback? Did they build for the future? Did they prepare for the rebuilding process of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Oh, Mike Tomlin is a genius. Prove it. Geniuses don't do that. You had 2+ 30-year-old quarterbacks thought you were going to go far in the playoffs. Are you out your mind? Are you out of your mind? That's like believing in a 45-year-old stripper on a Friday night to bring you the house money in there. It won't happen. Common sense is gone. A 40-year-old quarterback going to take Pittsburgh far. You see how that man was hurting? You're the same people that want to see people 75 years old on stage singing a song. Why? We need a cutoff in referees. There should be no referees under the age of 45. No. Cut off that quarterback 35. Cut it off. You have 13 years to make it as a quarterback once you get drafted at the common age of 22. And they can't develop you but one time? As great as Aaron Rodgers is, as great as Mike Tomlin is, that's all the Super Bowl victories he has. That's all the Super Bowl wins he has. But he's a great player. He's a great coach. You need all the intangibles to work. There is no one player that's dominating the league anymore. Them days are over with. You need everyone involved. Everyone who got to be on board. From the coaches to the training staff to the doctors. The rehab process. Everything has to be on point. And not too many teams get that. Look how long it took for the Houston Texans to win a playoff game. Not saying they've had some great teams in playoff contention. One in particular with DW, Mr. Watson, before things went public, what he was doing with his alleged extracurricular activities, getting a massage. And now with C.J. Stroud, the injury bug has already hit them. But when that injury bug hit Houston, they did something not many teams do. They kept building on that defense. They kept building on that defense. So again, when you saw that matchup between Houston and Pittsburgh, you Steeler fans actually thought you had a real shot at winning that game. I just don't. And you ought to hit the commentators even worse. There were 8 people that picked the Steelers to win. How? You didn't see what the Texans been doing up front with that defensive line and what Pittsburgh cannot do with their offensive line. You didn't pay attention to none of that. The people that picked the Pittsburgh Steelers to win, I was looking all over the internet for him yesterday. All the TV shows, all the sports shows. I wanted to hear their rebuttal. I wanted to see foot in mouth, here go. Foot in mouth, here go. But nobody was held accountable on them picking the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can't pick a team just because, oh, I like that coach. He's pretty special. He looked like Omar Epps. When does realism kick in? A 40-plus-year-old quarterback? Next, you're going to tell me you one of them parents that believe in participation trophies. You one of them parents, aren't you? Believe in participation trophies. I played ball when you had to earn the uniform, the right to start. That's when I played ball. You had to earn these things. Now they just give it to them. Well, we really going to see how they're going to give it to them once we get to rolling about this mess when it comes to NFL coaches. We got a mess here, people. We got a mess. We have a mess on our hands with this NFL coaching right now. Where does Pittsburgh go? Where does Baltimore go? All that money Atlanta and talent has, they need a quarterback. Tackle, tack, because all I want is a quarterback. Atlanta needs a quarterback back. Detroit needs an offensive coordinator. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, in Miami, I think those three jobs right there, that may be one of the strictest hiring process that we may ever see. Because this will be what, Pittsburgh fourth coach? Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. This will be their fourth coach in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that lets you know right there, they know how to hire people. And they know how to keep a job. Now, Chuck Noll and Bill Cowher did not get along in the end. Oh, that was horrible. It was ugly. I don't know about Cowher and Mike Tomlin's relationship. Don't know about it. Not that it matters. But he could end up in a situation like Sean Payton when he still had 2 years on his deal and the Broncos got him for a first-round draft pick. Mike Tomlin still has 2 years on his deal. So we got to watch that. Philadelphia, they need an offensive coordinator. But in order for Philly to move forward, to me, somebody got to go. And his name is A.J. Brown. You talk about embarrassment to your team and yourself and to the sport and to the position. A.J. Brown showed his absolute ass in that game. All that you was talking week 4 to week 8, what happened? Tell the truth to shame the devil. What happened, A.J.? Talk to us. You're amongst friends, A.J. Get in. Talk to us. Get it off your chest. I want to know what happened. Help me help you. Just, what are the Giants going to do, people? What are the Giants going to do? Who wants that job? Who wants to deal with New York right now? You can suggest, I want you to go in that fire and handle it. Who wants that job? I mean, we're giving out 1-year deals now, it seems like, with coaches. You have one shot to win, especially you have talent. Now, the Giants have some talent. They found out that Jackson Dart is the real deal. They found out that defense is young and hungry, and they want to play together. But you got to find the right coach, the right scheme that can coach that talent that's ready to go. Pittsburgh, that's going to be a little hard fight. You got a bunch of old-ass players on that team. You got an ownership group that's stuck in their way. Just like with Baltimore. They need somebody coming at it to defensive dog that can wake up that defense. Whoever Baltimore offensive coordinator is, I never thought I would say this. I would let Lamar hire him. Go find a dude you want to help you get better at quarterback. Because I'm not blaming Lamar. Lamar didn't drop the ball on the 1-yard line against Kansas City. Lamar not the tight end that dropped a wide open touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Lamar didn't miss a field goal. But because the quarterback is the face of the team, they looked at him for guidance, okay? And the allegations of him and Harbaugh the last 3 months was wild. The offensive coordinator in Lamar, allegations is wild. Your offensive coordinator, your quarterback don't talk for 4 months. What are we running here, people? What are we running here? This is not the 1980s of the NFL. The head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback, and quarterback coach, all y'all got to get along. But this thing not going to work. I'm not saying you got to like your coworker, but damn, get along while you're at work. I think nobody wants to make it that far in the NFL and fail due to bad communication. It's like people that waste their time in relationships. Those of you know who you are. You were somebody 2 years, just wasted time. You do nothing of value in that relationship. Just wasted time. The most valuable thing we can lose is what? Time. And people do it all of the time. I'm wondering which one of these teams is going to get it right. Because one of these teams is going to hire somebody. We all going to say, who is this guy? Going to be some dude out of D3 JUCO college some damn where. Never coached a team outside of 8th grade football, but because he knows the ownership group's uncle and dated Sarah, the great-great-granddaughter, he's going to get a job. I don't think there's nobody out there. Just because you went at college don't mean you're ready for the NFL. Leave Coach Cignetti alone. Let him stay in Indiana and keep doing that thing right there. We need coaches like him in college football. But with the NFL, all we're about to do is shuffle the pieces. I don't think nobody's coming to the party. Harbaugh going to Miami. Brian Flores going to Baltimore. I don't know who's taking that Pittsburgh job. Maybe Ryan Clark should give coaching a chance since he's in love with Mike Tomlin so much. Maybe that's it. Antonio Pierce. We're about to see the shuffling of the brand all over again. Coaches that failed with a great offensive staff, great defensive staff, got a coaching job, and had an epic fail. But they get to get another chance. Can I get in on that interview? Can I get on that press conference, video conferencing call there? The coaching is not adding up to coaching that I'm seeing, people. It's not. How does a team like the Chargers and the 49ers have the type of season that they have with all those injuries? How one team can get over the hump, but the other one can't? It baffles me. It really does. The Philly situation with the offensive coordinator, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem because we already saw the tension in the locker room. We saw the tension on the sideline. So whoever goes in there, I don't think you have to be that demanding, but if you go in there with the right resume, the respect comes from that. The Giants situation. The Giants situation is like this. I don't understand billionaires that do this when they're hiring policies. Whoever the Giants hire, the ownership group has final say-so on your coaching staff that you want to bring in with you. I don't understand how people coach for the Giants or the New York Football Jets. They are too involved in you trying to do your job. They too involved, looking over your shoulder. Writing another letter just in case the one you wrote wasn't good enough. Listening on the team speech. That's too much. Go on, let me coach. Go on, let me coach. That's going to be a problem, whoever goes to New York. It's going to be a real big problem. But out of the key jobs here, the Ravens, Giants, Atlanta. I may have to throw Vegas in there, then Miami. The Ravens, Giants, Atlanta, Vegas, and Miami. Vegas is another thing. We know how that owner is, Mark Davis. We know how he is. Weird haircut, interesting relationship with a very attractive lady. Not our business. Not our business. On the football side of things, he has a pretty high IQ person that can value talent, that being Thomas Patrick Jefferson Brady. But this, to me, will be his very first time I think Brady really gets involved in the draft process. We will see. We will see. The Miami Dolphins situation. See, if Tua would have never made that crazy, maybe he wasn't right up in the head. speech, press conference, ill-advised. Not all quarterbacks should talk to the media, especially the ones that have been concussed. Where's your publicist? Where's the team spokesman? Should have been right there by him, guide him through it. Not everything you say is something good, NFL quarterback. But I think Miami has the right intangibles. They get beyond that playing above 40 degrees. Playing below 40 degrees. And they figure out how to develop their players. Now, is Tua going to stay there or is Tua going to Atlanta? We got to figure this thing out about him. They figure that out. I think then they can get a more of an identity where they want to go with this coaching situation. Atlanta needs a quarterback. They need a quarterback and a coach, obviously. But I can't see who wants to step into those. Atlanta has a good team. The slow start hurt them. It was too much indecisiveness behind the quarterback position. Injuries, we don't want to play him. Injuries, we don't want to play him. Well, let's go with our gut here. Why not go with the best, with the game plan you wrote? Who can fit the bill better? What's so hard about that? What's so hard about that, ATL? What is so hard about that? And the Ravens. That Ravens ownership group is not easy either. Hey, sport coat, shirt unbuttoned, 3 buttons down, 1 gold chain. Who's next? Who should we getting in here? Who's coming this way with us, The coaching, the game of coaching is definitely taking an interesting turn in the NFL. What would you see? Who do you see? You got a wild horse out there, a dark horse, somebody's not thinking about as a coach? Just pull one from them. Who do you got out there? I know Kubiak's son is up for one. Schottenheimer's other brother is up for one. But they all cover the pedigree of a coaching family. But who's that wild dark horse out there? I really do believe that Brian Flores is going to get a job with the Baltimore Ravens. I think it makes perfectly good sense for him to go there. I think if Brian Flores goes there, he must be the first hire. And don't get me started with it. They got to do the Rooney Rule. Shut the hell up with that damn Rooney Rule. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It didn't work not one damn time. Every team that used the Rooney Rule, look who they hired. Look how long the interview process was. I wish you would fly me to D.C. to have a 15-minute coaching interview, but everybody else got an hour and a half, 2 hours. The NFL is a cold-blooded game. Cold-blooded game, good people. But it's still fun to toy with them sometimes. Still fun to. I tell you what else is fun. And I tell you right after this message here. Go see my boy John Gibbs at Don Brown Chevrolet at 2244 South Kings Highway. New pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. This is the time to buy now, kids. Let's go. Let's go do it. What's stopping you? Stop by, see the S-Steel Truck Hillbilly, a.k.a. John Gibbs at Don Brown Chevrolet, 2244 South Kings Highway. You bring them, we get him. Music in the 90s. It was different. I was a child, and this new music came out that just shifted everything. The sound, the presentation, from the way we saw videos back in the day, that MTV and other video services that we saw. But I saw this amazing documentary, and I was a fan of this band, and it's on HBOMAX. It's the documentary about the Counting Crows. And I'm telling you what, I really enjoyed this. From so many different reasons I enjoyed it. For one, the explanation of how music was in the 90s that some of you kids don't know about today. The way it was done. We know what hip-hop did in the 90s, but when you go to the other side, indie rock and indie music and independent labels at that time, it was a different way that they were doing things. From the shift in music started then. The shift in music videos started then. The shift in touring when you had a band or a group or solo artists. And the shift in the whole genre of music. There were so many bands that came out in the 90s, they didn't know how to classify them. Alanis Morissette is another great documentary, but the Counting Crows were that as well. And they were indie rock when they came out. They put them in that category. But this documentary, man, I'm telling you, it's just how bands are put together. How did it stick together for so long? What was the part that almost broke them up? What was the part that made them realize this is our path and this is what we're going to do? And the fact how many people really are fans of the Counting Crows. Steve Kerr, NBA head coach, blew my mind. Mary Louise Parker from Weeds. The way the documentary is put together, but the way they were touring back then. I mean, bands were coming out, going straight to the road. 3 or 4 year tour, and you're just starting out, which your first album really is out, but it's not kind of out. The 90s were something else when it came to music and experiencing music concerts. I mean, concerts today, as far as pricing, there's no comparison. I don't remember that many people over the age of 55 doing shows in the 90s as today. But that music in the 90s, it stuck. But it's what? About 25 hip-hop people still performing, and all of them over 55. You go into the other music genre, it's the same thing. That 90s era is still popular today. And even some artists from the 70s and 80s are still performing. But that 90s music was from Nirvana to the introduction of hip-hop. The 90s were just, you can go anywhere in music in the 90s and find a song that you want to listen to, haven't heard in a long time, will put you in that moment of time, and you're cool being in that space. I think that's why so many people like retro bands. You know, they kind of take them back to the days of yesteryear when they heard that song, when they became a fan, when they were dressing that way, when they were trying to mimic the singer or mimic one of the members of the band. That's what the 90s did. But it's on HBOMAX. It's the Counting Crows documentary. And I tell you what, it was very much appreciated for sure. Much appreciated. I tell you what else I appreciate. Anytime Eli and Peyton Manning do their Manning Watch, I don't know another brother combination in sports and entertainment that get to the entertainment aspect of it. I don't know if you've ever watched the whole thing, but the next time you get an opportunity, next time they show one, do yourself a favor and watch Eli and Peyton Manning. I tell you what else is fun to watch. If you're a dad out there, if you're a parent, like you made a kid, not just because you take care of somebody. I mean, you actually made a human, and you're a dad, and your shorty is over the age of 25. It is a simple pleasure watching your humans grow. Watching your humans grow up, sitting back from afar, not policing, not parenting, not helicopter parenting, just observing them as grown people, as parents, them growing into their own identity, becoming themselves, finding their own path and progressions, watching them to get over the hump. They out here lifing. They're understanding, you know, when money not right, things to do, how to encourage themselves. But watching your humans grow and watching your humans be parents and do parenting things, it is a pleasure and a joy to watch. And I got that from this movie that I saw with George Clooney. He was reflecting on his life. You know, he had been so busy with creating a lifestyle where he was just working in Hollywood that he wasn't there as much as he wanted to be. But as his time is moving forward, he's appreciating the fact that he's enjoying watching his humans grow into humans. If you haven't seen that movie yet, check it out. George Clooney, my man. Again, it's your first time tuning in. Thank you so much, good folks, good people. But we have chaos going on in the NFL right now. All these coaches that got fired, lost their job. He's there 18 years. 19 years. Yeah, he has to come to an end sometime. But I tell you who has not come in for, NBA head coach Eric Spoelstra. He is the longest tenured coach in all 4 major sports. Wow. And he started out as a videographer. Well, we got another problem. We done been through the streaming. We've been suspended from ESPN. They've blacked out sporting events for us. The things we've been going through to watch sports. So the Seattle Seahawks told their season ticket holders, if you sell your ticket to the game, we're going to pull your season tickets. This sports world's a dirty game. This sports world's a dirty. They done told these people to spend their own money. But if I sell my ticket to somebody to go to this game this weekend, y'all going to pull my season tickets. This is a dirty game. This is a dirty game, people. They're not messing around. They are not messing around. Let me tell you who else not messing around. They got another gambling probe about to break. I think this one's going to sting a little bit. I think this one might I think it might hurt a little bit more than the last time everybody got in trouble with the poker, the invisible glasses, the see-through table, ill-advised bets. I think this one here may sting a little harder. I don't know if they're going to do it before the big game or the week after the big game. That way they can really catch a big net. I just don't know why people don't think these folks are not playing. When they tell you you are not allowed to gamble due to the fact you're a professional athlete, don't do it. They know who every family member is. They know your side chick, your side dude, your stash house, your backup car. They know all of that. And you don't think they know you going over Hakeem's house, telling him to place bets for you? Okay. You've been warned. You folks have been warned. I think this next one's going to sting pretty bad, folks. I think it's going to hurt a lot. It's going to hurt a lot. This one may be a little different. And I tell you what, I'm going to watch it again when I get home. I'm watching the Golden Globes one more time. That Golden Globes, that feels like a show for the fans of movies and television and the arts. Them other ones, that's for them. That's for the elite of the elitists. But I feel like the Golden Globes and the People's Choice are for the common folk. I really think they look in the camera and are talking to us. Them other ones, even though I like watching them, but I really appreciate the Golden Globes and the People's Choice Awards a little bit more. I really do. Whole lot more. Well, I guess the heat can be on with this Cardinal baseball team. Arenado's gone. New guy leading the team. We don't know how we're going to watch this team. I want to know what are the expectations? I don't remember talking that much about the expectations of the upcoming baseball season as much as I have since I turned beyond age of 35. Before then, we just took it as it was. But for some reason, when we get old, we really think that baseball cares what we matter. That baseball values the fans' opinion about the team, the ownership group, players, coaches. Like they don't. But for some reason, we get in our head as we get older that these sports teams, really, especially baseball, they better listen to us. I'm not going to watch the game anymore. I'm not listening to them. I'm not going to another game. They don't care. They don't care. The way MLB did the Oakland A's in the documentary about the Montreal Expos, don't make baseball mad. Don't make baseball mad. We don't make them anything drastic, okay? And that we got to figure this out together as far as streaming television, players that make sense for our team, and stop talking about the pitching staff. We haven't seen them pitch yet. Stop it. Every year, we got a nice pitching staff here, Dre. The pitchers and catchers have not reported yet. I'm not judging nobody based on a name. I've tried that game before, and it does not work out well for you. I got to look in your eye. I got to see your mechanics. I got to see where your head at. I got to be the dad with my arms crossed looking at the team. That way you study everything a little better that way. For some reason, we think you can study things better when we got the arms crossed and we like this in the situation. But baseball's a hard game to value, man. It's a hard game when you have a good team and that good team can't win. You have a decent record, probably wild card potential, but it must make sense. In years past, we know the Cardinals start off slow. We hang around to their All-Star break, okay? Come August, we put foot on gas and go. But it has not happened the past 2 years. We got to find the right petroleum, the right petrol, the right things to get this vehicle going a little better than what it's been doing the past few years. Because playoff baseball is exciting. It's not as exciting as opening day. I mean, that's a national holiday. That's a treasure right there. That's a treasure. I try to tell everybody there are about 4 or 5 sporting events I think people should make in their life. A huge college football game, opening day in Major League Baseball, a Super Bowl, and Daytona 500. There you go. There you go. There you go. You go to those, ease is pain. Nothing would bother you again. When you have your sports list filled yet, I mean, that movie Bucket List kind of ruined a whole lot of adventures for people. But to the folks out there that's been doing this for decades, you know what I'm talking about. When you have dotted your I's and crossed your T's on what you want to do for sports, how that list look? What's left on your list? What's left on? What's left on the list? What's out there? What could it be? In the Midwest, it's kind of hard to top off things because we're lacking a basketball team here. We got to let that go, Dre. Let it go. Let it go, Dre. Let it go. Some things we got to let go. Huh? Girlfriend in 6th grade cheated on us. Things happen. Things happen. Things happen. But when we're petty and can't let things go, it gets real funny and interesting to me as we get older of the things we can't let go, especially when we hit that point when life ain't life. You got to hit the reset button. You got to hit the pause and stop. You got to stop and shake it all off, huh? You got to reset the mechanism. When we get to that point, that's when it really gets interesting. That's when it really gets interesting. But at the same time, it is fun. It is fun. So I wonder who will be the first big name coach off the drawing board. Who's going to be off that list first? I think Mike Tomlin should go home and chill. John Harbaugh, go home and chill. You guys been away from your family for 18, 19 years. You don't know how the house operates. Your neighbors haven't seen you on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning for the last 18, 19 years. Your family members need to be involved. Have a cookout, huh? When last time Mike Tomlin saw his Uncle Charles? Huh? When last time Harbaugh really kicked it with his dad and his brothers? They just chilling. We always want to give them a job right away. Maybe hey, let me chill a bit. Let me just calm down a bit. How many of you are retired and really chill, or you couldn't retire, you just kept working? Big difference. It's a big difference. But I still think all sports should have a better exit strategy. We know how it is coming into the league. Everybody excited to say, hey, come on to the team. Woo, welcome, you're part of the family now. But when you're about to retire, day's over with. Why don't they have a remedy for that? Give them people their flowers. What the Toronto Raptors did for Kyle Lowry, I applaud you. You know, Kyle Lowry's probably about to retire. He gave all he could to basketball to Toronto. He plays with Philly now. He go to a game up there. He on the bench. And they get together. Put Lowry in. Teammates go crazy. He get in the game. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you have played the game the right way, you were drama-free. You did what you could in the community. You were a good teammate, but you're not with that team anymore. and you return home to play that team, and that hometown crowd didn't forget what you did, get in the game, man. We got something for you. Get in the game. We got something for you. Cardinal Nation knew about that. We do if everybody leave this damn team and go somewhere else and win. But the exit strategy, I think major sports should do a better job with that. Get these guys the right way, because as much as I don't like that sumbitch, Chris Paul was done dirty. Chris Paul was done dirty. Chris Paul should have had fans in different arenas say goodbye to him. But no, due to people got in their feelings, they became petty. The NBA is one of the most petty sports associations I've ever seen. You know why? They all date each other's women. There's no creativity in dating or marriage in the NBA. They all have a woman by one another's woman. Former woman, sister, mother-in-law, great auntie. They all in there. 8 billion people in the world in the NBA, the only damn league to share with her. What is? Okay. So, did we understand the assignment going into the offseason? All teams that are not in the playoffs. You guys should be on that dream. Be looking at the dream board right now. Did you watch the Hula Bowl? Did you pay attention to who's returning to college? For $6.5 million, I will keep my ass in college for one more year, boss. Yes, I'm coming to LSU. I'm on my way. $6.5 million to quarterback in college football. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? Where did we? You ever had a note when you was a kid? Your mama or daddy gave you a note, or your grandma? This is what I want you to give me from the stove, baby. You got the note, you got the money wrapped up in the note. And you come home, the change wrong, and you didn't get everything on the note. I think that happens in the draft sometimes. It's right here saying what we have and don't have and who we losing, how much money we have. What's the problem? What's the problem? I told you about what I believe here in St. Louis. I think it's a nationwide thing. I don't think many folks can read. Just pay attention next time you have about people writing. Nobody writes anymore. You had a young lady go on social media saying, nope, they need to stop writing. Writing is not necessary, and they need to stop reading. What happened? What happened? This text people that got y'all in trouble. Told you once a year, we had to just shut down all cell phones once a year. Just one time a year, shut it down. It works in the movies. It works in the movies every time. Every movie I've ever seen about shutting down the internet for one day to get community relations better, communication, the common ground, the good old days of talking to people. It goes well. But you tell the people in IRL, real life, they freak out. You don't believe me? If your human is not at home with you, turn your Wi-Fi off right now. And when they come home, don't tell them nothing about the Wi-Fi being down. Act like you didn't know the Wi-Fi was down. It'll be like that scene in Mars Attacks. Tell your child, your human, that the Wi-Fi is down when they come home from school. Just see how that goes. See how that goes. Or hit that button on their video game TV that look like the screen is gone. And when they go in there and play that game, you're going to hear them scream. Every now and then, I think you parents need to bring reality back to your kid. Bring it back to them. All cell phones in the fishbowl. We're going to sit down, have a nice family dinner. Everybody's going to talk about their school day and their work day. And we eat dinner at the dinner table. Nobody's in the bedroom or the living room outside. Everybody here. The good old days. The good old days. Well, if you found yourself in some trouble this past week, call the counselor. High-speed car chase, call the counselor. If you put your hands on someone and you know you weren't supposed to, call the counselor at 314-675-0377. The choice of an attorney is an important decision. It should not be based on this advertisement alone. Again, if you're having legal issues, call the counselor at 314-675-0377. We try to help people. Because we all know the people that need help don't like asking for help. We all need the people that don't need help lie. We got to help each other. We got to talk to each other. We have important dates coming up, people. It's almost that time of year, parade season. It's almost that time of year, parade season. It's almost that time of year again, pitchers and catchers report. I'm trying to be excited about the upcoming baseball season. But it's so much going on outside of baseball. The new television deal, new streaming fees that are about to go up. I mean, you really need to write a budget plan to watch sports. You got to figure out how you're going to commandeer this thing. I think I pretty much got the NFL figured out. I got college football figured out. I got college basketball figured out. This MLB could be an issue. Got NBA figured out. But the MLB is where where can I get the majority of the games? I don't understand why they have an app in their own network, but they don't play that many games. What the? Who put this together? Who put this together? Who broke this glass? You remember the Kings Highway Bridge at Kings Highway in Manchester? Back in the 90s, they knocked it down and rebuilt it, then knocked it down again because the engineer did something wrong. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. So I get why the powers that be that are putting together these sports franchises, I see why they make mistakes. It's human nature. It's human nature. Mistakes will happen. We can't expect, you think every doctor knows what they're doing? You think every doctor know what they're doing? Of course not. Hell no. You think all lawyers know what they're doing? Hell no. Do you trust all police officers? Of course not. So when it comes to people that are in control of these sports teams, why do we actually think they know what they're doing? That man is 92 years old. He is not relevant to anything today when it comes to building a team. I don't know why them grandkids won't take that team from him. But we're supposed to just sit back and watch this happen. Just sit back, losing season after losing season. Pick that doesn't make any sense. Where does coach come from? Where'd you find this coach at? And then you find teams that really know how to do it. And you just sit back and say, they really know how to treat the fans, treat the employees of the stadium, treat the football players, treat the coaches. And the overall experience is just beautiful. Some teams know how to do that. But others, it's like really the school of hard knocks. Well, my daddy, he didn't do that to me. He wanted to get home. He threw me in the woods to get home the best way you can. You have owners like that. They don't understand today's terminology. When last time they've been around this? They haven't been around normalcy in probably 50 or 60 years. 50 or 60 years, but you want them to have comprehension of what's going on in today's language. Lord have mercy. The expectations are too high. We got to realize just because they have money don't mean they know what they're talking about. How many times y'all done fell for a woman with a nice car? Was she nice? No. Some things are just the way they are. And we try to manipulate ourselves and say, well, that can't be that way. You know, it should be this way. Or what if I do it this way? You got to take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. It's just like the older you get, that friend circle gets so small. When you were in your teens and 20s, you probably had 140 damn friends. Phone burning up all day. Turn 50. You talking about peace. Oh, man. Now, if we can figure out how to stop these spam calls, I'd be a happy man. Junk email, spam calls, and junk mail. They got to go. They got to go. They're getting on my nerves. I don't get junk mail that much anymore. Spam emails, but that's a different folder. We click, gone. But the spam calls, it rings like your baby mama saw you out with another woman and she blowing your phone up trying to find out, was that really you? That's how the spam calls go. Because back in the day, you couldn't go to the same mall. You had to go way out with your side chick. You couldn't go to the mall in your neighborhood because you get caught with her. You got to go way out. You got to go to another district, another town. You got to go way far. But today, the way y'all play the game, y'all have no respect for each other. The bro code is gone. Gone. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. She knows she's sleeping with two best friends. But you two idiots don't. The bro code is gone. It's broken. It's broken. The good old days. But if you get a chance, get a moment, do yourself a favor and check out that HBOMAX documentary about the Counting Crows and 90s music. Beautiful, outstanding. And Pittsburgh Steelers fans, that was constructive criticism. I'm a fan of the AFC. I'm a fan of good coaching. But when its time has passed you by and you can see it, hey, exit stage left. It happens. We can't expect these guys to play forever and to coach forever. The terminology, the references, the mindset, it's gone. Some guys can handle it well. But to me, Pittsburgh lost it when they didn't have a backup plan for Ben Roethlisberger. Then they go out and get oldsonofaBitch.com AAA Ron. Make that make sense. That's like your woman leaving you for a 72-year-old man and you 28. You can't tell nobody that. Man, what happened with you and Sheila? Oh, man, she good. She good. You know, I see her from time to time. The reaction when you run into somebody, you always saw them with this person. And you're like, hey, so y'all still together? No, you know how things get. Uh-huh. No, I don't know how I get. Timmy, play, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Well, I tell you, who gonna get it off their chest, though? LeBron James and Rich Paul. They have the strangest sports agent best friend relationship I've heard in my life. So you're just going to go on the podcast and tell the Lakers who they should trade. The disrespect is out the window when it comes to that. With the NBA and their sports agents and these podcasts they're getting on, to me, they jumping outside the box of that situation. They really are. They just...
Press 1.
Oh, man, I tell you what. It is hilarious to me what we're saying in the world of sports. From A.J. Brown incident, Dan Hurley coaching at UConn, Coach Shrewsbury at Notre Dame. It's got to be one more on there. Steve Kerr and Draymond Green. I feel like Jamal's parents and Boomerang. Well, you don't have words, you just have nothing but you just got hand motions and a hug for them. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. The soap opera of effects, good people. Well, I would thank you all for tuning in to today's show of CertaPro Painters presents Montez at midday. Thank you and shout out to the good people in OKC. Let the professionals do the work. Residential to commercial. Good folk, good people. We're going to get out of here and continue the day, move forward, continue lifing, continue building on top of this, and continue with that positive outlet. Better than good. Folks, I will see you same time, same back channel on Friday at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time here on MyCityMyMusic.com. Dre Montez, baby. Peace. See y'all Friday. And we out.